Hi math friends, today we're looking at surface area of cones. So cone in real life, I like to think of ice cream cones. Let's look at the parts of a cone also here. So parts of a cone, when we look at the top or the bottom, so like right here, when I look at halfway into the circle and to the edge, that's the radius of the circle. Okay, so we have to remember that that would be called the radius. All right. Other thing we have for the cone, so from there all the way to the bottom or all the way to the top, and that goes straight up, that's perpendicular. So this actually makes a right angle here. This H, this is the height of the cone. All right, one new thing for us too is this L. L stands for slant height. I'll write that down here. Slant height. So this one is new. Sometimes you'll see it denoted as S. Sometimes you'll see it as an S. Sometimes you'll see it as L, like we have here. This is a lowercase L. Sometimes you'll see it as a cursive L. Reason being, we don't want to confuse you with the number 1. So like right here, this could look like the number 1. So you might see it as a cursive L. I like when it's a lowercase l and it's more defined. S can sometimes look like a 5, but you could see any of those symbols representing slant height. So let's look at what we do for surface area. So from this figure, when we cut it apart, or we smash it, and we put it into a 2D shape, I have a circle on the bottom here. It becomes this circle. And then the part that's the cone, like the ice cream cone, the part that you hold, if you unravel that, that looks like this. It kind of looks like a triangle with a curved bottom on it. So I only really need the radius and the slant height. We don't need the height to find the surface area. All right, so surface area formula here, we're going to say that the surface area, we're going to abbreviate that as SA equals, we have to add these two things together. So the area of a circle, recall, is pi times radius squared, or if you like to think of it as pi times radius, we can think of it like that too. Plus, we want to just add the other thing to it. So we won't get too involved into how to find this area because we get into more advanced calculus when we look at that, but this, simply put, is going to be pi times radius times slant height. So again, pi r squared is going to be for the circle. Pi times radius times slant height is going to be for this shape, this part that you hold there. Let's go ahead and look at an example of this and put some numbers to it. All right, so here's our 3D figure. So we got this circle here, we got this part here, this is our cone. So our circle, the radius is 2, and then this part, when I look at it, see how this 7 is going here? It's not going this way. So this slant height is 7. All right, so let's look at our formula again. We have pi times radius squared plus pi times radius times slant height. For pi, we'll be approximating as 3.14. So our surface area is going to be 3.14 times radius squared, so times 2 times 2. Remember, squared I can think of as the number just times itself. Then we have pi, so we're going to approximate that as 3.14. And then times the radius again, and then times the slant height 7. All right, so if we can set that up there, that'll be easier for us to do. Where we might get lost is in all these symbols. Make all these substitutions first, and this will be much easier to do. Okay, so let's do this one thing at a time. So on our calculator, 3.14 times 2 times 2. So that equals 12.56. And then on our calculator again, we'll do this part, 3.14 times 2 times 7. And that's 43.96. And then we'll go ahead and add them together. So I get 56.52. And I need to look at what my units are. My units are inches. And this is surface area, so it's going to be inches squared. So that'll be our final answer here.